What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Happy Sunday, by the way. Looking forward to the start of the work week, I guess. Not really, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the last day of the weekend for you guys, wherever you guys are. In this video, we're going to be talking about the Hero's Path that just popped up in game right now. We don't have the exact details of what's going on in terms of how the paths are laid out, but we can actually talk about what is required for it. We can also talk about some news that Playroom dropped. There are going to be some events that are happening alongside this Heroes Path event, so let's jump right into it. All right, so here we got the Path of Power here. Move my head, Path of Power here, and we got the image of He-Man here, so it's going to be He-Man associated. Raid Shadow Legends official YouTube website posted this on the community this morning. And basically, it gives us some details on what's happening. Starting Monday until Friday, so it's going to be a whole week event. They're going to have this Heroes Path. It's going to be towards He-Man and Skeletor avatars. It's going to be towards souls for He-Man. It lists multiple souls, which is a good thing. It gives people some flexibility on what they want to do. I double-checked He-Man's kit, and he doesn't need any accuracy in his kit. So having, for example, a 5-star soul for him, I assume that would be the max kind of prize in this Heroes Path. Might not be as beneficial as it would be on another champion that requires like accuracy, for example, like Thor, for example. So maybe you guys would be happy with like a 2, a 3, or a 4-star He-Man instead of going all out for the 5-star He-Man, if that is the case. But it looks like it is a plural here in terms of these souls, so I'm going to assume there's going to be more than just the 5-star He-Man soul up for grabs. Avatars, frames up for grabs as well. What else do we have here? And then it lists the objectives: summon champions and get artifacts and accessories. So a dungeon diver along with a summon rush, as I predicted when I did the Yuletide breakdown. Another summon event right after the weekend summon event is definitely, it's going to be tough, right? It's going to be tough on your shard savings if you have to go for this guy. Obviously, if you're free to play, you don't have access to He-Man because He-Man is a paid champion. You can ban him through the Battle Pass. There's about 6 weeks left in that Battle Pass. And yeah, so in that case, if you don't have He-Man, this might not be an event that you care too much about. However, they did attach Titan points into this event as well. So I don't know if the Titan points are spread amongst the different paths so that you have to unlock the blessings, for example. That's slightly, that's going to be slightly not good because now you have to pay for a blessing and then get the Titan event after. So that's not going to be that good, but hopefully it won't be like that. But we don't know until the event actually opens. There's still 14 hours left as of creation of this video. So after that, they give us a little bit more clues about what's happening here. It looks like there's going to be 2 separate paths, one for Skeletor containing soul stones, and then another one containing He-Man's souls on the He-Man path. So it might be a little bit interesting of how they interact, how they intersect with each other. Like I said, whether the Yuletide Titan points will be mixed in into the path with the blessings. Ultimately, you don't want to pick up blessings for a champion you don't have, and you don't want to pay like resources into that blessing, especially if you don't have He-Man. So that's going to be the big X factor here. Also, keep in mind, guys, that there is a champion chase as outlined in this calendar for the upcoming weekend. So for the upcoming weekend, we do have the champion chase tournament. Now, we just had a couple 2X events, the last champion chase. And then this weekend, we don't have any 2X events. So this upcoming champion chase, we should have a 2X event associated with it as well. So you get double chances on a shard. We don't know which shard it is because it seems like player maybe have reset the rotation because the last time we had the 2X every day, or we had all 3 of the shards active with the 2X. So we actually have no idea which 2X they would choose for the upcoming weekend champion chase. So if you guys are not after He-Man, this is not very appealing. This Heroes Path event is not very appealing to you guys. It might be a skip, to be honest. It might be a skip. My guess is that there's probably about 200 snow points in here. Keep in mind, we can skip 500 snow points and you can still get Sir Nicholas. This might be an event that you actually might just pass on and then use up, your allotted, skippable points and just skip this Heroes Path. Assuming that the assuming that the progressive events that Plarium has announced are not too enticing for you. But let's jump into the progressive events that we have listed here. All right, so it looks like the first day of events, each one of these progressive events will last 1 day. So it looks like the first day we have a bunch of HP burn champions. We actually have a faction unity in there as well, Volcanos. So Volcanos, actually, he's a pretty good champion. He hits pretty hard. Not sure if they fixed all his bugs and stuff, but apparently he was kind of bugged out and doing too much damage. Looks great. It's faction unity champion in a good faction as well, so definitely somebody to look out for. We also have Artak coming in here. We all know how good Artak is. He was free at one point, but now obviously that was a while ago. AoE HP burn, AoE activation with a decreased attack, and then AoE extension here. Very, very strong champion, can solo a bunch of content. After that, we have Mishinaki from the Shadowkin. One of the best champions for Hydra in terms of just bringing a lot to the table. He's got AoE decreased defense. He's got AoE Hex as well. He's got decreased attack as well. And then a big cannon of an A1 with the HP burn and a counter attack passive, which gives him tons and tons of damage. Great champion to pull if you guys are looking to do more damage in Hydra. After that, another demon spawn here. We got Sisia Flametongue. Very good champion. A little bit squishy. Her base stats are pretty low, especially her HP. But she brings the HP burn. And then the HP burn. Wait, what does she do? HP burn here. And then she brings decreased defense and weaken. And then the instant activation of all that stuff. The triggering. Very, very strong champion, actually. Good for, yeah, good for a lot of places, actually. Very good for a lot of places. Actually pretty good for Hydra as well, because she does bring damage, and then she packs it all with the decreased defense and weaken as well in her kit, which is really, really good. All right, for the Void legendaries, we have up for grabs Lizardman, Sulfurion. I actually have Sulfurion on my alt account, and he is an awesome, awesome champion. He brings TM boost, he brings AoE HP burn here with the big shield, and he brings a revive, which is super, super awesome. You pack all this stuff into a champion and then you give him a revive too. So really strong support champion. Our next support champion is we have Venus up for grabs. Venus, again, very good in all the HP burn areas like Hydra, Spider. She's generally a very good champion. Decreased defense and weaken on a 3-turn. A little bit power crept now because champions can do more than this, but this is still very good on one move. And then we have HP burn here on the A3, A1 poison as well. She brings tons of damage to like clan boss and stuff. Good damage dealer against Hydra as well. But those are the voids for day 1. We have day 2 here. Starting off with Mr. Aislinn. Aislinn, Bannerlord faction unity champion here. Aislinn, there he is. Aislinn. He brings a ton of stuff on his package here. In terms of, he brings block damage, he brings buffs placed by the skill cannot be removed. What else does he do? He does all this protection stuff for your team, and he's in a faction that has some of the best arena champions in the game with Taras and Marichka. So you pair this guy with Taras and Marichka, and yeah, they make a pretty strong siege team, I'm going to say. After him, we have Barbarian here, we have Armans. Obviously, Armans, insane champion. The meta right now, of course, in arena, but I guess maybe a little less so nowadays. It's moving a little bit past him now finally, but he's just an absolute menace. He's also insanely good in just PvE, any wave-based content, so Doom Tower waves. If you get him in a Centranos level, he's going to own it. If you need him for dungeons, he's going to own that too. The only thing he can't do is just kill bosses, but he can basically do anything against waves of content. After that, our next champion up for grabs is this guy, Stultus. I actually pulled this guy recently on my alt. Great champion. He's best spot right now in the end game is against Hard Dragon. His passive reflects the poison back to the dragon, and the dragon just dies instantly without Stultus really needing to do anything. The way his passive works is actually you don't need accuracy to make this work, so it makes him even easier to build out. Good base stats. He's actually a damage dealer. He has 2 AoEs. And he hits pretty hard, and he can't be weakened, so his power never decreases. Yeah, he's a really, really good champion, actually. After that, we have a giant monkey from the Skinwalkers. We have Samson. Here we go, Samson. Yeah. Samson, he does okay, right? He does okay. He's a spirit damage dealer in a faction with one of the better spirit damage dealers, which is Wukong. So he doesn't get as much love. He's HP based, so he's easier to keep alive. He has a double hit here if he kills somebody, and it's actually pretty good if he kills somebody, of course. But the problem is trying to kill somebody with this guy to try to activate this is probably not that easy. His A1 has a stun as well, so similar kind of annoyingness as Wukong with their A1s having stuns. After that, we have a couple of really good voids coming up here. First of all, we have Odin. I would love to have Odin. Odin's like, yeah, really good. He's a support champion, but he's actually hits really hard. His Asgardian Judgment here, like, can one-shot supports. Like, I've seen my supports get one-shot by other people's Odins all the time. While their Odin like strips and stuns my whole team. So this guy's insanely nuts. He has the strip and stun here on the A2 3-turn cooldown, and then he has the big speed aura. For void champions, I mean, void champions are, you know, there's many good void champions, so you can easily make a good void team with Odin, and Odin's just really good. And then this passive is just icing on the cake. Super annoying, super annoying. Just breaks your team. He can win a fight by himself. Sometimes, like in live arena, if he's the last man standing, he gets a lucky block damage, and then he one-shots your guy, revives somebody important with his Asgardian Judgment, and then he just takes over. This guy is super annoying. He's super strong. After that, we have Arnorn the Shining. Arnorn the Shining is one of the newer champions here. Keep an eye out for a showcase video that I'm going to put out. I actually made the video quite a long time ago, but I never had a chance to release it because I was hoping for, you know, a boosted event for this guy, right? So before I released the showcase video. But Arnorn the Shining, he's actually an insane dwarf damage dealer. You guys will see in the showcase video, this guy is the real deal. I was hoping that they do like a guarantee for this guy, because this guy would be so fun to play with, but he's actually not really, he wouldn't be fun to play against, I'll say that, but he's really fun to play with. Make no mistake, he's an attack-based damage dealer. He hits super hard. For what he is, he doesn't have like ignore, he doesn't have like built-in ignore defense. Like, he has some conditional ignore defense here, but he doesn't have like, you know, innate ignore defense. But he hits super hard when these conditions are met, and then he has a really cool passive here that keeps him alive. He prevents his death, leaves him at 1 HP when he hits by a fatal, puts stone skin on him. The stone skin is full value off his HP, so it will keep him alive sometimes, but obviously he's a damage dealer, so he won't have like insane amounts of stone skin. So after keeping himself alive with the stone skin, he activates his AoE, and his AoE is the one that freaking slams. So he's gonna slam everybody, ignoring all this stuff, and then he has a turn meter drop as well that can't be resisted. So he hits really hard. Just make sure you guys watch the showcase. He's really good. He's really good. He's really fun as well. So that's gonna be day 2 in terms of the progressive boost. All right, guys, and here comes day 3. These are some pretty juicy events, I'm not gonna lie. Here's day 3 for you. We got Lizardman, we got the Teox Faction Unity champion here. He's one of the, you know, meta damage dealers for Hydra. He brings the A1 that sends in your highest crit damage guy, and that guy's gonna get pumped up for each debuff on the target. It just does insane amounts of damage. I mean, he's a really good champion himself, and then you put his A1, makes him even more versatile. He's really good in Hydra, and he looks like he's going to be the meta for Chimera as well. So Legate Teox, one of the best like non-void champions in the entire game for sure right now. Yeah, he's going to be up for grabs. Up next, we have you know, another really strong champion here, and probably pretty meta for the Chimera as well. We have Harima here, great champion. She keeps your team alive by having the passive that ignores defense effects by 50%. Just basically shuts down some of the ignore defense effects that the Chimera has. She's really good in, you know, obviously arena. She's just good everywhere. I use her personally for my Hydra teams. Yeah, she does a ton of damage. Pairs really well with Mikage, which is very meta right now as well. So she's going to be up for grabs as well. Then we have Demon Spawn. We have a damage dealer from Demon Spawn. We have Candrafon here. Super guy here. A1 double hit when they're under buffs. The double hit is actually super strong for an A1. He hits really hard. He can actually just kill someone. If you have a small shield on someone, he can definitely, you know, cut through that really quickly with his double hit swipes here. He has some survivability built into his kit with his passive, so he takes a little bit less damage, protects himself. And then he has a self buff here and a big slam with an extra hit if he kills somebody. The AoE is not super strong because obviously he has the extra turn mechanic, but it's not too bad. Decent champion. It was basically cut out of the meta after Harima was introduced into the meta. After that, we have the most recent fusion. We have fusion partner. Sorry, we have Hansel here. Hansel, the most recent fusion partner. He's the better one of the pair. Brings the weaken, brings the ignore shield unkillable. Extra turn when he kills somebody. And then he has a little bit of ignore defense here. And then he has a bit of a lockout effect, which is pretty interesting. So he's not bad. He's not bad. He has great base stats, a great base attack for being an attack-based damage dealer. And he does pretty good. He does pretty good by himself. Together with the partner Gretel, they do pretty good in most areas. Kind of funnish, but not super meta or anything like that. Next champion up for grabs. Here comes the Void champions. We have from the Night Revs. We have this guy, King Narcissus. I actually don't have King Narcissus. I missed his guarantee back in the day. Basically, yeah, Plarium got me. Plarium got me the week before the best Void guarantee ever dropped, and it's White King Narcissus here. He is the meta when he appeared. He definitely, you definitely felt him. Anybody with the shield takes a double hit from this AoE attack, super strong, and core makes him ridiculous, allowing him to reset his abilities instantly. Yeah, he's an A1 block revive here as well, and then he doesn't take any extra damage from like counterattacks and stuff. He ignores shields and strengthens. Very good champion, great base stats, of course. Hits super hard, and he's super meta for a lot of things. Even against Taras Marichka, he can do a lot of damage against them as well. So, and then our last Void boost here is going to be Leorius the Proud. Leorius the Proud. So Leorius basically out of the meta now because his block is unkillable. Gets blocked by a lot of champions now in the arena. Like, for example, Wukong's a pretty easy way to deal with this guy. Just place the block buffs on him and then he's kind of done. It seems like block buffs is basically in so many places. It's really bad. Yeah, he doesn't hit hard enough. 1400 attack, base attack. You really rely on him having reduced HP to boost up his stats before attacking. He's a good champion in some spots, like against squishy teams. He can survive and then just one-shot everybody, which is the name of the game. I've been wrecked by Leorius in the past many times. But yeah, he's going to be up for grabs as well as part of the progressive events. Okay, guys, keep in mind that all progressive events, the odds of you guys pulling a non-void legendary of your choice is about 7.5%. If you're going for voids, your percentage goes up to about 20%. So it's actually not a bad time to pull for a void champion that you want, considering it's 20% chance, but it's still 20% chance, and you're not going to have any boosted odds of getting the legendary. So you're going to be running with these odds, which are not very favorable, of course. And keep in mind that there is a champion chase coming, you know, in a couple days, basically immediately after this Heroes Path event. And it's going to be a 2x event for some kind of shard that we don't know about right now. So you might get more value out of it in that event. But these progressive events are pretty juicy in terms of the champions being offered. We have Legate up for grabs, Harima, White King, we have Arnorn, yeah, we have Odin, Sulfurion. So we have some really good champions, not to mention the Faction Unity champions like Aislinn, Volcanos. They're great champions as well. So definitely something to think about. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about these events, what you guys think about the power Heroes Path, Power Path or whatever. For He-Man, are you guys excited for that? Are you guys going for that? For me, like, it's a pretty easy decision for me because I don't have He-Man. So I'm going to skip the Heroes Path event for as much as I can do. It is a Dungeon Diver event, and there's a bunch of dungeons that we have to do for Titan points. So I'm probably just going to pick up some random points during the Heroes Path event anyways. But I'm going to try to conserve my shards as much as possible. It's just not important for me to pull for these champions with such reduced rates. And I'll look forward towards the champion chase. So I'll take my, I'll take my L here on the Heroes Path, give up some Titan points, and look forward to the champion chase at the end of the week. Anyways, guys, hopefully this video was informative. Hopefully you guys having a great day. And then, yeah, thanks for watching to the end. And I'll see you guys in the next video.